We're back with another crock pot recipe. This was actually supposed to be with the other white chicken chili recipe. Unfortunately, the footage somehow got corrupted. I spent probably a good 3 hours trying to fix the footage when I could have just actually remade the recipe, because I made this thing about 4 times in the last like 2 months. I absolutely love this recipe. Super simple. So we're gonna go ahead and put it together. First thing I'm gonna do is read off all the ingredients for you guys. So what we're gonna need, you can see all these cans right here. First ingredient is gonna be our chicken breast. I would say anywhere between 1 to 2 pounds. This comes out to be 2 pounds, but the macros I'll read will be 1.5 pounds, and that's what I'll throw up on the screen. So I would say 1.5 pounds of chicken is a pretty good number, be extra high protein. Then we'll also need a can of black beans, and this is all from Kroger. We'll also need a can of sweet corn. We'll need a can of diced tomatoes, but this also has green chilies specifically. Boom. We'll also need some enchilada sauce. This is the red enchilada sauce right there. We'll need a taco seasoning packet. This is the low sodium from Kroger. Might as well show you guys exactly what it is so I don't get too many questions. But yeah, we need salt, pepper, a little bit of chili powder, as well as some chicken broth. We'll be using 2 cups of that. So yeah, all the ingredients amounts will be on the screen, but we need 2 cups of chicken broth. We'll be using all of the cans, so the full amount. We'll use, once again, full taco packet. We'll do salt and pepper to taste. I would say about a teaspoon of each, as well as the chili powder, and then chicken. And all we gotta do now is literally just put everything into our crock pot, and then we'll be good to go. Just like that, we got all of our ingredients in there. I'm gonna give this a quick stir, just mix up some of the ingredients. We're not actually gonna lift the chicken off the bottom, so when you do stir, just be gentle. We don't wanna move the chicken from the bottom. Go ahead and give that a quick stir, get some of the spices and everything mixed up. And then we'll cook this on the low setting. So this crock pot has a low and a high. I'm sure some might have like a low to medium high, but we're gonna do low and slow for about 4 to 5 hours. After that point, we'll go ahead and take the chicken out, shred it, and then put it back in. But I'll show you guys that final product. We'll go over the macros. But yeah, for now, we're gonna put this in the corner of the kitchen, let it go, and yeah, cook low and slow for about 4 to 5 hours. Already is quite a bit of time later, right about 5 hours, fresh out the shower. Now we're gonna go ahead and shred our chicken. So we're gonna take that top off. Now we'll go ahead, pull our chicken out from the bottom. All right, and I personally find the 2-fork technique the best way to shred it. I have also seen people use one of those hand mixers for that you use for like baking, also to shred some chicken up, but I don't have one of those, or I don't know where it is, so we're just gonna do the old-fashioned way by hand, shredding it using 2 forks. I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick, and I'll throw it back in the crock pot. Our chicken is now shredded. Go ahead, take your time. I think the more shredded it is, the better, personally. So we'll go ahead and add that back in. We'll go ahead and give it a quick mix so it can kind of all, once again, come together in one tortilla soup. At this point, if you know you're gonna serve it, go ahead and turn the crock pot off. If you are gonna serve it later, or you know that you might not eat it for like an hour, you can go ahead and leave it on low, but I personally think that at this point it's warm enough, it'll probably stay warm for quite a while. And the last step, we'll go ahead and make ourselves a bowl, and that'll go over all the macros. Alrighty, now we'll go over the macros for the entire thing, as well as just one serving. So I'm gonna do 1/5 is what I'm gonna call this, and then I'll go over the entire, well, now it's up in little, what's it called? Containers, but it was in the crock pot a second ago. For the entire thing of tortilla soup at 1.5 pounds of chicken breast, not the 2, even though I did use 2, all the macros are gonna be for 1.5. It comes out to be 1,749 calories, 185 grams of carbs, 12 grams of fat, and then 250 grams of protein. And the macros for one serving, or 1/5, and once again, I'm not measuring out exactly, like I'm not weighing the total crock pot, dividing up into 5, I'm kind of eyeballing it, because if I eat it all by the end of the week, it will average out, but I'll guesstimate about 1/5. It comes out to be 350 calories, 37 grams of carbs, 2 grams of fat, and then 50 grams of protein. So this is a super high protein, low calorie meal. I am gonna be adding a little bit of reduced fat shredded cheese on here. This is the Mexican blend. I have this pretty much in my refrigerator and freezer at all times. So as soon as I finish one in the fridge, I take one out of the freezer and thaw it. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and top that off with about a serving of cheese. And boom, that's pretty much your full meal right there. We're gonna go ahead and mix that up, and I'll give you a quick taste test. You guys see her? Always looking for scraps. That's delicious. I'm a sucker for some Mexican food, and this tastes phenomenal. Once again, super high protein, low calorie. And you can really spice this up however you want. if you wanted to, you could honestly put this with like potatoes, some rice, even like maybe add some Frito chips in, or some like sort of like something crunchy, like Frito chips or even Funyuns, something like that, just to spice it up a little bit. But I mean, you can't really beat the macros. And once again, as I mentioned, if you were gonna do it with potatoes or rice, what I'd probably do is go ahead and drain some of the broth out. So you have a lot of this like chicken broth and like the soupiness. I would go ahead and probably drain that out, focus more on like the chicken and the firm ingredients, and add that onto rice or potatoes to make it a full meal. But yeah, honestly, I'm gonna dig into this. I need the 50 grams of protein to finish off my current macros for the day. Without further ado, I'll go ahead and end the video here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Once again, a super simple, easy meal. It took me 5 minutes to prep. Yes, it does take a while to cook, but I was able to go to the gym, grocery store, get a bunch of work done, came back, shred the chicken, and boom, you're done. High protein meals for the week. But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.